Here's the host of The Law Show, Brian Dailey.
Welcome back once again. I'm attorney Brian Dailey, broadcasting live from high atop the Law Show studios in the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, on News Talk 760 WJR. It's the Law Show, heard every Sunday at 11 a.m. From News Talk 760 WJR. We're answering all your legal questions right now at 855-LAW-SHOW. That's 855-529-7469. You can also email your questions to questions@thelawshow.com. I will receive them and answer them on the air if I can. But oftentimes we have so many callers we can't get to them. We have to respond by email. You can also tune in by computer right now. Go to thelawshow.com and follow the link to watch live. You'll see yours truly, Brian Dailey, along with Matt Kachik, head of the Family Law, Criminal Defense, and Probate and Estate Planning Department of the Dailey Law Firm, answering all your legal questions this beautiful Sunday morning. At 11 a.m. on News Talk 760 WJR from high atop the Law Show studios in the heart of the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. Call us right now if you've got a legal question at 855-529-7469. That's 855-529-7469. We're going to go to Jim now. Jim, welcome to the Law Show.
Hey, good morning. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you, too. Thank you.
Yeah, my question is this. My wife is a beneficiary of an irrevocable trust.
Okay.
And her mother, who is the grantor, is still alive.
Yes.
And the executor of the estate is one of her sisters. And in our own financial planning, we were looking to sort of include or at least take into account what could be a sizable granting after my mother-in-law passes. And we'd read online that we could request an accounting of the trust, and it should be a standard thing. And when we did a very casual request to the executor of the estate, she said she referred to an attorney and says, we can't have one. And so I was just wondering if it's a requirement of an irrevocable trust that beneficiaries can receive an annual accounting of the trust or not.
Are you receiving anything from the trust right now?
No.
Okay. So really what this is a situation where you want to know what's coming when your mother-in-law passes, but
exactly.
I don't think you have a right under the law to that under any circumstances. So it's important that people not get too mired in, this is my legal right, that's your legal right, blah, 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 blah. You guys have family members, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's your wife's sister that is the administrator of the trust,
correct?
I think. And so to get that sort of information out of her, you got to go in a more informal manner. Be nice and really nice Christmas gifts and stuff like that. Just you catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. And the thing is that I think she's right. You don't have a right to do that. And what is the damage you'll cause to your family if you actually ask for that? But I'm going to let Matt address a little bit more the legalities of these things. So, Matt, what do you think? Can they get this?
I would have to see the trust instrument in front of me, Brian, because 9 times out of 10, the actual trust will have a very important section in it where it lays out the duties and obligations and rights and powers of the trustee. Although I will tell you right now, the vast majority of trusts, until the trust is in in-pay status or the person who created the trust, the grantor, has passed away, almost always the trustee is not under the obligation to provide, detailed accountings to the beneficiaries of the trust. However, again, I would have to see the trust instrument before I could make that call exactly. But usually, as long as the person hasn't passed yet, the trustee is not under the obligation to say, hey, just wanted to let you know, this is what's in the trust right now. So, if she was to die tomorrow, this is what you would get. That usually is not the case.
Now, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it from a different perspective, Matt. So let's say, for example, and I don't mean to be callous, but mother-in-law goes to her glory, and she's up there with St. Peter having coffee. Now, if they get into the trust, and it turns out that Jim and his wife get a letter from the administrator saying, the trust doesn't have anything in it, and so you don't get any money. Now can they go to court and ask for an accounting?
Yeah, that's a totally different situation. Again, I would have to see the trust instrument, and you got to be really careful because some trusts are drafted with something called anti-terrorism clauses, which is a fancy way of saying something where the trust is built in to have a clause to say if you try and fight this trust and the way it works, and the court determines that you acted improperly, you could lose your interest or your beneficiary rights under the trust. You know, those are being held less enforceable under the current status of the law, but I have seen those, so you got to be careful of those as well. But I agree with you, Brian, that it's a different situation if the actual grantor or creator of the trust passes away and now the trust is in in-pay status, and you get a trustee saying, sorry, there's nothing in there. Does that mean you just have to roll over and play dead? Certainly not.
Jim, this is an old story that you're telling us, and it's the old story of counting your chickens before the eggs have hatched, okay? So do your planning based upon what you and your wife have right now. Do your own estate plan. Do you have an estate plan right now?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well...
Yeah, we were just, it's just we didn't, they were very private people, and I think we're going to just, go along with their wishes to remain real private until everything's, done and gone. And I think that was some good ideas.
Okay, well, if you want to get us involved to help you when that comes down, let us know. If you want us to review your estate plan from different perspectives, we do that all for no charge for the initial consultation. So thank you for calling the Law Show. We're going to continue answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469. That's 855-529-7469. We're answering legal questions about family law, about probate, about estate planning, about traffic tickets. I still don't understand why we should hire a lawyer to get a traffic ticket, but Matt's got great answers about that. And you know what? I know he's in the traffic courts all the time, and he's really made a big impact on many of our clients' lives and their insurance premiums. And it's important. I will give you an example of something. I hate to admit it, but I got to admit it. I am a man who follows the law, and I was not paying attention the other day, and I was doing 40 in a 25 school zone. The light was blinking, right? And I got pulled over right away, and the police officer said to me, first thing he said was, how's your driving record? And I said, it's perfect. And he came back and he gave me a warning. So that's why you want to have a lawyer handle your traffic tickets and protect your driving record, because if you can say to the police officer that pulls you over, my record is perfect, then you can 9 out of 10 times avoid another ticket. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, definitely. And this is where, lots of times people get a break at the stop. Like they're doing 15 over and they only get 5 over. And they're like, well, geez, I already got a break. I shouldn't do anything further. However, that 5 over, when that gets put on your driving record, if you get another ticket in the next 7 years, anytime a city attorney sees that 5 over, they know you've already gotten a break, because no police officer actually writes someone for only doing 5 over. That's, again, a reason to get the traffic attorney so you can keep it off your record.
We're going to continue answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469. I'm answering questions about injuries, auto accidents, how to buy insurance, slips and falls, animal attacks, overseas injuries. In fact, we had a caller that just dropped off who apparently his brother was injured in a train crash in Italy, and that's a great case. I'd love to be able to talk to her about that on the air, but if not, call me at 855-529-7469. We're going to go to Andy now. Andy, welcome to the Law Show.
Good morning.
Good morning. What can I do for you, Andy?
I enjoy your show every week.
Thank you.
I was compelled to call about the automobile insurance. The fact that even though there's no points against you, your insurance company could change your rates.
Yes.
I have a quick question. Regarding was a hit and run in a parking lot. My niece's car was parked there. She was at work.
Okay.
And she didn't even notice that it hit the back of the car on the passenger side.
Yep.
So, she'd approach it. She didn't even know exactly when it happened. Anyways, a friend told me that I can turn that into the insurance company, and they have to fix the car without charging me a deductible or raising my rates.
I'm not sure.
After hearing what you said about them, having their own rules, I was wondering how would that work?
I'm not sure about whether or not they have to fix this vehicle you're talking about without a deductible and without raising rates, because all of that depends upon, at least in relation to the deductible, what your insurance policy says. Now, don't mention the name of your insurance company, but some insurance companies would pay this no problem, and other insurance companies will tell you to go pound sand, that they want their deductible, and there's no negotiating it. Now, in terms of the accident, it's typically where you make a police report about an accident or you claim an accident. So your insurance company, if you claim an accident to get them to fix it, they're going to burn you by increasing your rates. So you're really sort of stuck. And this kind of thing happens all the time. My wife and I were in the driveway yesterday, and she said, "Hey, what happened to your car?" And I looked at it, and by golly, the bumper's all messed up. And there's this line down the side, the quarter panel. And I don't know how that happened, So am I going to go get an insurance company and tell them, "Hey, come and fix this thing," and then they estimate it so that it comes in under my deductible, and then they increase my insurance rates because I got into an accident that was no fault of my own? You got to be really careful. So my recommendation to you is go out to a bump shop and get an estimate for what it's going to cost to fix it. And if it's less than the deductible, don't claim it, okay?
Well, we did that, but my friend's point was that nobody was in the car.
No, I understand that.
Driving the car, or nobody was in it. It was just minding its own business and got hit.
I understand that, but there's two main models of the insurance companies. What do we say? No. What do we do? Deny the claim. What do we say? No. What do we do? Deny the claim. That's what they do, and that's all they're going to do. Trying to fight with them, it's not worth your time, and you're going to end up getting hit for some additional premium, I think. But call and talk to your agent about it. Tell him that you're not making a claim yet. And make sure that he confirms you haven't made a claim, and then talk to him and find out what you're looking at, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you for the information.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling the Law Show. We're going to continue answering all your legal questions at 855-529-7469. After these few short messages, you are listening to the Law Show, broadcast every Sunday from high atop the Law Show studios in the heart of the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, on News Talk 760 WJR. Call us right now at 855-529-7469. That's 855-LAW SHOW. Email your questions to questions@thelawshow.com or tune in live and watch us answering legal questions. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.